Bonjour and welcome to Rendez-Vous with Yasmin
and Kumar. Join us for an experience of surf, inspire
and empower here at the Alliance Francaise Colombo.
We are celebrating the Olympic Games, but we're also celebrating the values of the Games. And one of the values, as you may have guessed, is inclusivity. Inclusivity, including disability and also gender equality. The Olympic Games in Paris will have a special focus on gender equality. 50% of the qualified athletes to the Olympic Games will be women.
Sport Friendly, the Field of Diversity, is an international and collaborative photographic exhibition launched in the frame of the Olympics happening this year in Paris. It brings together 22 teams in 16 countries, showing what sport means in the terms of diversity. It has been initiated by a French photographer called Emilien Buffard, based in Argentina. And the version that we did in Sri Lanka was photographed by Munira Mutaher and bringing pictures of the SeaSisters, a group of female surfers based in Weigama.
So when I was commissioned for this project, what we did first is with the AF team, we went and spent time with the SeaSisters. So we joined in on their sessions, the trainings. I actually learned to surf with them. The portraits that we see here are the way in which, so it was a brief that was shared with us by a French photographer, and it was a very specific brief. So we wanted to show them in this way, sharing their portraits. And then what we also have are the monochrome black and white images, which are of the SeaSisters actually surfing and in the water and actually doing their training sessions. It's really celebrating them. Their stances are quite strong, powerful, standing, taking up that space. And then we also have a series of them in individual poses where they were choosing to wear what they'd like over it. And you can see different poses where, like this one, where she's just quite gently resting and leaning on the surfboard, and others where they're holding the boards and like really kind of strong in the way that their poses are. So there is this sense of their individuality, but also when we were doing the shoot, they were all together and giving each other tips in how they wanted to be posing, how they want to be seen. So I think there is also the kind of strength in when they come together as this group of the SeaSisters or the sisterhood that they have. And that was really fun to capture and be part of that.
When it's come to the surfing, the first thing that changed in my life is that my relationship with the ocean was started to improve. And as someone who born and grew up in a coastal village, I always loved the ocean, but now I started to like it more and more. And also it helped me to improve my self-confidence and also overall my self-well-being, both mental and physically. And when it comes to the community, because of the surfing, the surf tourism industry started to boom, and now there are lots of people who gain economical opportunities from this sport.
Through SeaSisters, we are so proud to tell that we also helped so many girls and women who participate to SeaSisters to change the idea they have in their minds about the ocean, especially because of the post-traumatic experience because of the tsunami.
It has been an incredible teamwork. The ocean is for everyone.
The decision to stage the surfing competitions in Teupo in Tahiti aligns with Paris 24's ambition to spread the games across France. It offers a chance to engage French overseas territories and their communities in the Olympic Games for the first time in history by showcasing France's rich and diverse heritage.
I'm so thrilled to hear that surfing going to be it's already an official Olympic game, and it has a really good history starting from Polynesia in 1900s, and in Tokyo 2020, it had its debut for Olympic, and it's going to open so many more doors for the industry, and it's going to be really good for tourism and also for the surf athletes. So surfing is already a low impact game for the environment. I hope all the people going to keep it as it is.
Taking part in the panel discussion here at the Alliance Francaise in Colombo was the first ever Sri Lanka to summit Mount Everest, Jayanthi Kuru-Utumpala. Despite societal inequalities and challenges, women have reached incredible heights in sport.
Climbing Everest was a childhood dream for me. I was really fortunate that I have parents who really supported me to learn the technical knowledge that's needed to do an expedition of this nature. So 20 years ago, they supported me to actually learn about like mountaineering at a mountaineering school in India, like learning about ice climbing, about how to rescue someone from a crevice, about the technical equipment, the altitude sickness, about how to stay alive on a mountain such as Everest. And that particular course actually had 40 participants with equal numbers of men and women. So we had the same training in mountaineering. It didn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. We go beyond the individual support to a very, like what we need is to ensure diversity and inclusion. We need those changes at a structural level. The greatest joy, I think, it's very hard. There are many, many aspects of this journey. One of them was actually just being at the top of the mountain on Everest. I couldn't believe I was actually there. One of the biggest challenges was, I would say, actually the gender stereotypes I had to face before, during and after this climb. And that's simply because I'm a woman, nothing else, just because of my gender. Nobody cared that I had 13 years of technical experience before climbing Everest, right? It was people would look at me and say, how are you going to do this? Someone even said, you're so tiny, how can you climb Everest, right? The gear that I had to wear, nothing that would fit a woman's size. It's not manufactured in the global market. So these were really challenges. I'm a huge fan of the SeaSisters, so I'm really honored to meet all of you because we are an island after all and we are surrounded by waves. We are an international surfing destination, and only in the last few years that Sri Lankan women have been taught and encouraged, to get onto surfboards and show the world that women in Sri Lanka can also surf and ride those waves. But these women are not just riding the waves, they're also making waves and challenging all the stereotypes, the gender stereotypes that women and girls in Sri Lanka have faced.
Don't forget this photo exhibition on the SeaSisters right here at the Alliance Francaise in Colombo.
Until 20th of July.
Over.
À la prochaine.